Hello, everyone. This is Andrew Freeman with Revenue Management. We're back with Heather Brenson, Regional Sales, and we have Shaquila back with us as well. So for this module, we are going to be discussing the importance of adding a company name to a reservation when the guest checks in. So Shaquila, can you tell us why it's so important to make sure that that company name line is filled out and added to the reservation?
So having the company name is super important for us in sales in particular because it allows us to track a company's night stay, which can be used to either develop a negotiated rate with them or to use it later on if there was an opportunity to create a RFP request with their company. So very important. Otherwise, we don't know who's staying in the hotel. We have no other way of really knowing that without them giving that to us.
That's very true. And sometimes we find the guest is reluctant in giving their company name when they're checking in.
Mm-hmm.
So could you please give us some tips on how you can find out the reasons of their travel?
Yeah, guests certainly don't like to give out a lot of details sometimes when they're checking in, but some best practices to keep in mind would be like some of the obvious things, like are they wearing a shirt with the company logo on it? They may have on a hat, or when you're checking them in, you can always ask for a business card to verify their information along with their, driver's license, just as an additional option. At our front desk, we do have a fishbowl that we keep for guests to put in their business cards to win or to potentially participate in a drawing to win points. So that's another way to entice them to give up that business card. And of course, the famous, we'd love to send you your receipt at the end of the stay. Can I get an email address from you? And usually that email address will indicate who they work for. So you can take that information and plug that into the company name as well. That's a great way to get it. We've also found that luggage tags are another great way to see where people are working because that's kind of a thing now, the logo tags where you can grab your luggage there. So, just tons of ways you can get that information without them giving it up to you directly. Another one we like to do is let them know that we feature companies each month, so we want to be able to know who's staying with us so we can give you a complimentary drink. You want to do Hilton's Honors, numbers, can I get your number to plug in for your reservation? That usually has their company profile on it. Or if they're not a member of whatever program your hotel participates in, that's a great way to sign them up and get that information as well.
Absolutely.
So it sounds like with some of these practices, we need to be a little creative, but it also sounds like it's a great interaction point with the guest. If you're helping them with their luggage and you see that luggage tag, oh, you're here with ABC Company. How's that going? Are you here for a project? And that's just additional information that we can then get back to the sales team to generate leads and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
One of the other things that you mentioned was with the corporate pricing and negotiating special accounts for these clients. Can you explain what an RFP is and how the company name affects the RFP process?
Yeah, so an RFP is a request for proposal, and that is something that we do on an annual basis with whatever brand you're working for, where you are asking this client either to give their business to you or they're asking you to give them a rate for their business travel. And so having that company information in the reservation system helps us track how many nights this company has stayed with us, so we can use that to go to this company and say, hey, we see that you've had X number of room nights with us this year. We'd love to talk with you about getting a rate. Or when they come to us and ask for a rate, we can say, yeah, we have this many room nights we see we've had with you all. Would love to set that up. Or even, you can use that to kind of let somebody down softly, like, hey, you're not really staying with us. And, but we'd love to increase that volume and kind of find out if they're staying somewhere else. How can we move that business over to build that production and then give you a local rate? So very important to know how often they're staying with us.
Certainly. certainly, and you can't manage what you're not tracking.
Exactly. Tracking is very important, yeah.
And I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that might have some light bulbs go off for some of our front desk agents on why does company X have one rate and company Y has another rate.
Yeah, very true, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, fantastic. I think that should clear up a lot of the questions that we typically hear from our front desk agents. So thank you very much for your time today, Shaquila.
My pleasure.
And we look forward to hearing from everyone on our next module.